In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace the cooling fan assembly on this BMW 328i. It's going to be located behind the radiator. Let's get into it. We're going to remove this shield, use an 8mm socket, take these bolts out. And our last one, grab the shield, slide it back and pull it down. We're going to take these two bolts out, use a 8mm socket, the bracket, and then the shield's going to come down. And just grab the shield, I'm going to slide it forward a little bit and then pull it out. I'm going to drain the coolant system. I'm just using a small scraper. If you have a large straight blade screwdriver, you might be able to get in here to loosen this up. Have a drain bucket underneath. Let's pull that drain out. There we go. Drain the coolant. We're going to take the cap off. It's going to drain a little bit faster. You want to make sure you do this when the engine's cool. You don't want to do this with a hot engine. Take that off and drain that out. We're going to remove this air intake tube. Use a T20 socket. Take these screws out. Just pull that back. I'm just going to use a straight blade screwdriver and separate that and pull that out. I'm going to disconnect the mass airflow sensor. I'm just using a pick. Just get underneath the tab and then just pull the connector out. Disconnect that connector right there. Now down here there's a clamp. Use a 6mm socket. Loosen up that clamp. All right, that's loose. You can try to take that snorkel off right there, or once we take these bolts out, you'll get those off. Use a 10mm socket. Take these out. Grab the air box, pull it up, now slide that snorkel off, and you can pull the air box out completely. Now disconnect the connector for the fan. You can grab the tabs and squeeze those. It's a little tricky to get to the tab that's closer to the fan assembly. I'm just going to use some needle nose pliers, just squeeze the tabs and disconnect the connector. Now disconnect this hose from the reservoir. I'm just going to use a pick, get under this clip. I'm going to put that in service position, or you can pull it off completely and then pull the hose off. Now take this line, just pop that out of the retainer there, and then further down, pop that out. Flip this hose up. Disconnect the hose from the radiator, the upper radiator hose. I'm just going to use a pick, get under this clip, pull that up. That's in service position. Just grab the hose, give it a wiggle. And slide that off. There we go, pull that off. And we're also going to remove it from the oil filter housing just to move it out of the way. Otherwise, you could just pull it back a little bit, but it's going to be a little bit easier if you just take it off there. Just use the pick, take this clip out, just like that. Now just grab the hose and just pull it back. And I'm just going to use a little pry bar and just pry it back. There we go. Pull that off. We can just slide that out of the way. Now I'll put the drain plug in, get that started. All the coolant's drained out, or as much as we could get. And take a flat blade tool and just screw that back in. And just snug that down, that's good. Now using a T25 socket, I'll take this screw out. Pull that out and grab the cooler and pull it down out of the bracket. It's just going to separate from the fan assembly. That can sit right there. Now using a T25 socket, take this screw out and just have a drain bucket underneath. Although we already drained the coolant, so not much is going to come out. Just in case, grab this hose and just pull it out. There you go, a little bit of coolant. And just take the cooler, I'm just going to twist it. Just pull it out of the fan assembly. Now using a T25 socket, we're going to take this screw out. Pull that out. Now grab the fan assembly, start sliding it up. There is a clip right here that you just pull out on the clip to release it. And just slowly pull it up. Just gonna slide it out, slide it towards the driver's side a little bit, just to get it past the hose. And it comes right out. Now take the fan, get this lined up, slide that down. And once we get there, we're going to take the bungee cord off that cooler. And before we slide this in place, get the cooler lined up the way it needs to be. It'll just make it easier. Slide that in place. And just slide the fan down. That's good. Now I take the screw, get that started right here, and tighten that down. Snug that down. Make sure that cooler's lined up how we want it. And take the screw, get that started. Snug that down. Now take this hose, get this lined up. Push that in. And take the bolt, get that started, and we'll tighten that down. Alright, there we go. Now take the hose, get this lined up, push the clips back in place, lock that on, and the same with these clips, push those back in place. Clip this onto the upper radiator. And right here, that's good. And then this hose, push that into the brackets, clip that in. And take the connector, line that up, and lock it down. Now I take the air box, get this lined up. Push it on the snorkel. That's good. Get that in place. And tighten down the clamp. Snug that down. And the connector for the mass airflow sensor. Line that up. Lock it down. It's good. I'll put these screws in. Snug these down. Now I'll take this air tube, get this lined up. Put that in place. Get these screws in. Snug these down. Snug. Now I'll take this shield and line this up. It'll snap in place. And then take the brackets, get those lined up. Get that started. Snug those down. Same on this side. Line that up. Snug that down. Then take the shield, get this lined up. Get some of the screws, get those started. Get some of those started. And get some of these in. All right, those are all started. Once you get those all started, just go back, snug those all down. We're going to open the bleeder screw right here, loosen that up. Just going to use a funnel and pour in the appropriate coolant. You want to use a 50-50 mix. You can hear air coming out the bleeder screw. You can see that pop up. That's your dipstick or your indicator. There's a little keyway on the side. You want to follow the keyway for where the level should be. It's just pushing the coolant through the system. Just keep adding. You want to make sure the level is right about there. This is a little bit higher, that's okay. Close the bleeder. Then we're going to put the cap on. Now we're going to do a bleed procedure. It's going to take about 12 minutes. You want to hook a battery charger. There's a negative terminal there. There's a positive one over here. Or you can hook it on the battery. It's just easier to hook it up under the hood. And this is just to maintain battery voltage because the key is going to be left on for 12 minutes. Take your key, and then you're going to turn the key in the on position. Then you want to turn the headlights, have the low beam headlights on. Now we're going to go over to the heater controls. You want to turn the heat up to max, but have the blower down on its lowest setting. And then we're going to hold on the gas pedal down for 10 seconds. Make sure the engine is not running. All right, it was about 10 seconds. I can hear the pump going. And now the pump's going to do its thing for about 12 minutes. Just leave the key on, leave all this stuff on. If you listen, you can hear the pump running. It's going to be doing its thing, turning itself on and off, and you can hear liquid flowing through. So that's going to happen for about 12 minutes. And now it's been over 12 minutes and the pump is not pumping anymore. We can shut the key off. Now you can take the cap off. You can see the level is down, so we're going to top it off. There we go. And again, look at the key on the side. Get the level where it needs to be, right about there. Put the cap on. It's a good idea to road test the vehicle. Make sure the vehicle is not going to overheat. Shut it down and check it again when the vehicle is cold. And you can take off the battery charger and put this cap back on.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.